everyone, it's Nick here, and what are we looking at this time? Well, it's a sequel to The Birds and the Bees. This one's called Antics on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Byte software in 1984. The original one came out in 1983. It's an arcade style maze game. Good music. The music plays throughout the game, but we'll turn it off because after a while it does get a little bit annoying. Good that it is. So yes, an arcade maze game. Here we are. We control a Barnaby, who is a bee, and you must find Boris the bee from the original game, if you've seen that video, who's been captured by vicious ants. Of course he has. So you've got to find him and then guide him back out of this maze. So here we go. Bit of inertia on this as well. So there's a hole down the bottom there, so we might be able to go through there. Does that cloud kill us? No, it doesn't. It just gives us horrendous colour bleed. But anyway, 1984. Quite a cute game, this. Right, so this is a maze. I think bits will open up, I think, if we find it. Like gateways. Be interesting to see if we can actually find Boris the bee, but it's unlikely. Here we go. So it moves quite well, actually. And coded quite well from an earlier game. Like the font on the scores. It's a single player game, and I don't know where we're going. Now you see at the top there we've got pollen and stamina. If the bee runs out of stamina or gets low, you can top that up by getting flowers and pollen represented on the bottom right. You can just see it in yellow there. If we get that, we need to avoid all these beasties because it will cost us energy quite a lot of the time. There are a few dead ends, but once we've gone to certain bits on certain screens, doors will unlock on other screens, if you know what I mean. Oh god, taking a hit with the stamina. Now here's some pollen down here. Should go up a bit, should it not? There we go. So we've got a lot of stamina there. Pollen runs out, then your stamina goes. If any of those go to 0, then you're pretty much snookered. Damn these ants. Okay, go on. Go Barnaby. He looks very similar to Boris the bee. So this game is called Antics. In some circles called Birds and the Bees 2. If you haven't seen the original Birds and the Bees video, then have a look at that. It's quite an old game now, early 80s, but a good example of 8-bit gaming, when gaming was just like developing really. I don't know what that thing is going up and down on the left there. What is that? A broken Game Boy or something? As I said, if you want to, it is a bit quiet. If you want to, you can have that music at the start playing throughout. You hit the S or the A button, it just restarts it. But we won't be doing that. That coin looks a bit flashy, that red thing. So it's vicious ants, but I don't know what that red ball thing is. What does that represent? Don't know. There's a flower up here. What does that do? More stamina? Yes, more stamina. There we go. So it's all about the stamina and the pollen. I've never completed this game. To be fair with you, this is only the second time I've played it. Did you own this back in the day? Did you complete it? What happens at the end? Now, it's important to make a map of this game, because once you do find Boris the bee, you have to guide him out of the whole of the place, avoiding all the nasties, and he goes slower, so he just gradually follows you, so you can't go too quick. Oh, come on, get in there. Oh, dearie me, the immersion makes it a bit tricky. Let's... I don't know. So it's all about solving things here. Our rank's 44, whatever that means. 44 out of what? B. I'm getting a good buzz of this game. Other B games are Arpegia on the Commodore Amiga, which is a horizontal shooter, which come out quite a bit after this one. And also, of course, Birds and the Bees. Any other B games? I may have reviewed some B games and just forgotten. Oh, it's good. It's good the cloud gets to the end there and just turns round. A couple of pigeons. They were in the first game. Oh, that's it. We can't go any further right. So that's our length there. Is this the right way to go? Let me know if you see Boris the bee or Sting. Right, so what's that? That's a ladybird there. We need to get around that. Oh, lost a bit of pollen there. Yeah, lone ants on their own. Normally they move really fast, don't they, ants? I don't know where they're going. But they're quite well organised. There's a millipede there. Could we recruit him to help us? So a bee is flying underground. You don't see that very often. A bit of that seems to be cut off. Is this going to open up? Oh, look, there we go. Is that opening up? I don't know. Is that going to open up completely? Yes. Hooray. Now, maybe a red herring, but a path has opened up in front of us. Now we're going to solve the whole thing, I'm sure. Boris the Bee will just be in here, won't he? No. There's quite a lot of screens on this. I'm not sure how many, but quite a few. A lot for 1984. If you had this as a kid, I think you would have played it quite a bit, because exploration games where you don't die straight away are quite addictive. I think we've been here before over the other side. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I don't know how he's supposed to get past that ladybird. Oh, come on. So as I say, you approach the map from different areas and bits do open up. I think I've confused myself and I'm a bit lost now. As what always happens when you go underground. So the animation of the bee could be a bit better. His wing, oh well, his wings do move. Fair enough. In Birds and the Bees, his wings are moving all the time. Here, it just moves every now and again when he goes up or down. Now, I'm trying to suppress a big sneeze here, and a big sneeze in a review is not good. But the power of editing, I should be able to edit it out, but I should be okay. I think I've got too close to some pollen. Maybe it's hay fever, and that's no good for reviewing. If you're sniffing and coughing every 2 seconds. No doors are opening up here. I'm a little bit stuck, aren't I, really? White ants. Now, when I was a kid growing up and since, I've only ever seen black ants and red ants. Are there any other ants? Apart from fire hydrants. Yeah, well, there's lots of ant jokes. The biggest ant I've ever seen is an elephant. Oh dear. Feel free to put your ant jokes below, and I might laugh. Who knows? It's probably better than those jokes I've just said. Get out of the way, ladybird, ladyboy. Right, where is the Boris? Oh, this looks like a dead end as well. Right, it's the other side of that coin I had before. Got more stamina, and I'm stuck again. Does look quite attractive, this game. Graphically, it's quite nice. There wasn't a Birds and the Bees 3 that I'm aware of. Yeah. I wonder if YouTube is going to deem this an offensive video. I know it sounds stupid me even saying that, but they've got this algorithm, well, at time of recording they have, where it tries to work out whether the video is offensive for advertisers. They don't want to put their adverts on. And it is so random. They might say, we don't want to put our adverts on any videos with ants on. Yeah. Right, what's this thing here? Some sort of beetle. Looks like it's lost the will to live and hiding in this corner. No, it's not I'm not losing any energy by it, so I think you're supposed to, so that was a bit of a boo-boo by the coders. Right, rank's 39 now. Why is that going down? Yeah. Interesting to see what goes on at the end of this game. But I'm sort of like lost now. Maybe I need to go up. Possibly. I think that's what I did before, wasn't it? Yeah, that's where I come from. I'm lost now. Lost in space. We're underground. Another ladybird. I'm sure there's male ladybirds as well, isn't there? Don't know why they're called ladybirds. Right, let's get round here. Bzz, 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 buzz, buzz, buzz. 1984. Did you have a Spectrum then? I had the 48K rubber keyboard. A few years after that, well, quite a few years afterwards, really, the computer came out again, but with a different keyboard called the 48K Plus. But essentially, it was the same machine underneath. A few modifications, but it could do the same sort of thing. And then a bit later came out the 128K, which I never owned. I never owned the 128K. I leapt straight from the 48K Spectrum to the Commodore Amiga, which was an evolution, of course, of the Commodore 64. The ZX Spectrum didn't go past 128K. I would have loved to have seen a 16-bit version come out, but the story sort of like ended there. Don't know if there's bad investments for the C5, but it was bought by Amstrad, and it never progressed really like the Commodore did. There we go. That's a bit of history for you, but I'm sure you already knew that if you're a retro gamer. Let's go back up to the top now. Let's go back up to the top. This is a lot of effort to go through to try and rescue a bee, but he did get all that pollen in the first game to make all the honey for the farmer, so perhaps we do owe him one. Is there any loyalty amongst bees? I doubt it. Alright, pigeons. They're going very, very slow. I don't know if they're the pigeons out of the birds out of Manic Miner, which says the menagerie. Now they've just taken off and started flying, but that was by Byte as well, originally, Manic Miner. Well, Matt Smith had done the graphics, and it's published by Byte originally. Right, we've been here before, I think, haven't we? I think we certainly have. Yeah, I need a map, really. I need a big map to show me where to go, who to see, what to type in. I don't know any pokes of this game. I imagine there's a poke where you can just go through the walls somewhere. I should have looked that up. Well, that's opened up. That wasn't open before, was it? Or was it? Is that just my imagination? Can't remember if that was opened up before. Interesting. So things are moving, I think. Is this going to be a new screen? Oops. Something blocked me there. Right. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, well. Yeah, it's an interesting game, that one. You could play it for quite a while. It's not the most exciting game in the world, but it's quite nicely coded. Oh, I like this bit you put your name in at the end as well. So when you reload the game from a tape, it does disappear completely. It doesn't save it. Buh, 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 buh. End. Oops, we've gone into another game, which we won't be doing. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. Thank you for watching it. It was Antics on the ZX Spectrum 48K by Byte Software in 1984, the sequel to The Birds and the Bees 2. Thanks for watching that, as I say. If you've got any comments about this game, any 8-bit Spectrum games, or retro gaming in general, then please put that below. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because that really helps me. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.